Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, 8, read.
I got 15. Let's go.
Four.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26. Under
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike's 15, Mike's 15.
Hey, Sam on.
Check the backer, check the backer.
6 guard, check 6 guard. 5.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Come on,
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Yes.
He's coming in motion. Hey. Hey, look.
Blue draw Corkers.
Too little.
Snap.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Under 10, 10.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Right here. Kill.
Cut.
Check 24. Check.
61, matchbox lights.
Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike's 15. Mike's 15.
Ready.
On second down now. It's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, exit.
We're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right? You better bring it.
To throw on third down, Herbert. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Ready?
No.
Off. Go.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11.
Here we go. 90, Wolf.
Mike's 15. Not today, you are. Not today.
Watch 6-6, pull it high.
Watch 15. Mike 15. It's been a long day for you.
Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, Herbert. incomplete.
Herbert's pass, incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Back, pilot, 64, weak.
Check 99. Check 37. Check 37.
Hey, rock it. Get it.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Some got man.
King.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, alert 33. Go.
Here's Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Point it right. Alert. Regular.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Jefferson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
218, jump. Point it right. Hey, Delta.
54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Seibert now to kick this thing away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Bravo.
Mike 15, guys. Mike 2.
They'll try and throw for it here. They'll find Everett there, complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check hot route. Hot. He's checking. Crack.
80 weapon.
Right. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go. Let's go.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
8 read.
Stop made by Myles Garrett. 2 yards on the pickup.
13 spill.
2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right? Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Deuce. Greystone travel. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, Herbert. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 24 yards. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second and a yard, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right. It got his man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43.
A gain of 43 yards. First down, Browns.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
6-man.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hey, orbit. Hurry.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Brown. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 40 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Bengals, nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one taken from the 7.
The Bengals take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie. Fine.
Operating from the gun. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Smith.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
You draw Corkins. You ain't doing that.
They're going to try and throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this is, oh, Oh, my goodness. He pulled it in one-handed. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch 15.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Back to throw. Herbert, and my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Flushed out right. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 81 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll go again with Sanders. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
60 Pittsburgh.
I got one. Jump.
49-yard line.
Shit.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check.
The toss play to Mixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Officially, that goes down as a kick return of 107 yards. What a run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, Mike's 15. Silver.
Charlie, 64, weak. Let's go.
Another run here with Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Check.
2nd and 6. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Mike 15.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's go.
Topper.
Check 3. Safe.
Five. Big grip.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Beckham, the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Hey, exit.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Who that?
Mayfield on 1st down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Flush to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarterback 3rd and long. You really got to rally the troops. He's got him in. again, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's one heck of a third down conversion, a pickup of 39.
All day, every day. Switch. Hey, watch that.
Hey, alert 33.
Mike,
Go.
Here we go. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
Play fake. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. 10 logo. Protein spill. Hey, Sam off.
At the 24-yard line.
Snap.
From the go to give to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
15's the mic. 15's the mic. I got 15. Hey, they scared.
Shoot.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Watch 15. Mike 15.
Ready.
On 4th down, Herbert. And Wilson has it. 30, past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You get rock, man. You get rock.
Running right, here's Brown. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
At their 48-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. This is Brown. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, it's Sanders. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off near the 34.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You don't want this. Hurry! I got you.
They run the counter. Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 8.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Browns, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.